Okay, guys, I'm back with third quarter analysis of the Auburn spring game. I'm just going to jump right into it because they kind of switched things up a little bit, took Stidham out. White didn't play at all. He's still dealing with his injury. But Stidham's out. He went 16 of 20, played really well. So Malik Willis took over in the third quarter for the blue team, and they just kind of let these guys kind of get some reps and showed off a little tendencies that I'm going to try to explain here. So, like I said, Willis takes over for the blue team at the start of the third quarter. Number 48, the running back, C.J. Tobert is his name. He got a little bit of action here, a little bit more reps. He got a 6-yard gain to start. Then on the next play, there was some nice pass protection for Willis at the 11-minute 40-second mark. He just dumps it off. That was a smart idea for him to not try to force the ball, just get rid of it. I'm pretty sure the coaches like that. He's really pushing, to be that third string and possibly, if Sean White doesn't get healthy enough, maybe even second string spot. He's starting to come along pretty well. I'm sure the Auburn fans will be excited about that coming up. 11-minute 8-second mark. It's a pretty good run blocking again for the blue team offense. They blew the entire white team defensive line off the line of scrimmage, and and the clock was also running at this time, so running the ball and the clock just keep running. It was a good recipe for just getting out of there with no injuries. The 10-minute 35-second mark. They motioned from the far wide out position, number 85, which is the tight end, Jalen Harris, I believe, to H-back, and they ran a sweep left, to the side that he motioned from. So that's something they like to do, a little motion here, there, a little shifting over the line of scrimmage. It was a 4 wide receiver set, so, they're trying to make you think pass, but then running the ball. 10 minutes, 2 seconds left. It was a great protection for Willis as he throws downfield on the left sideline for Myers. So Nate Craig Myers, number 3. He's really like stockily built. This guy is like a well-built receiver. So he goes up and get the ball well. But Willis threw it downfield on the left sideline. Now, number 8 on the white team defense, the cornerback, he had some pretty good coverage. He covered Myers up really well, actually ran step for step with him, and actually was a bit ahead of him on the route. So you couldn't go over his head. But Willis threw it down there anyway. And the crazy part was that Myers used his body really well here. He saw the ball going high, so he positioned himself. He got a bit of a push off here. He kind of pushed the cornerback off a little bit, jumped in the air after repositioning his body, high pointed the ball, and brought it down. Now that was a great example of a receiver high pointing the ball and catching it. And like I said, he got away with a bit of a push off, but it was a good play. Sometimes they don't call that, so that was something to see. Willis, of course, is not quite as good as Stidham and throwing the ball like that. Could have probably put it a little bit more to the outside to keep it safe from the defensive back, but nonetheless, it was a completed play. At the 9-minute 35-second mark, they set. Let me see, what was I saying here? Oh yeah. So remember how I said that they like to get a big play and then they immediately get to the line of scrimmage, snap the ball, and they run a running play? That's exactly what they did, because on the next play they got set, 9-minute 35 seconds on this running clock, and they ran a running play. And it happens. That's their tendency. Like I said, that's the tendency of Auburn to do that. 9-minute 5-second mark, they had an option run blown completely up. The right side of the offensive line got C.J. Tobert killed. They just came and smacked him, and he fumbled the ball as a result. Now, the white team has the ball. The 8-minute 18-second mark of the third quarter here. Number 16, Devin Adams, the senior quarterback for Auburn, comes in for the white team. He comes in and get a few reps in, close the game out. They don't want to see any injuries to their top 3 contending quarterbacks. They got run game focused. They wanted to run the ball here, run the clock out. So it was 3 straight runs, and they got a first down. And at the 6 minutes, so that was actually pretty good against the blue team defense, which still had some starters in. So there you go. Let's see, 6-minute 25-second mark. The blue defense, they said, we're tired of you running the ball, so we're going to blitz. So they blitzed to stop the run. I think they sent one of their linebackers, maybe even a nickel back, and they stopped the run there. The 4-minute 40-second mark, Willis has excellent protection again. He's with that first-team offensive line, or at least some of those first-teamers are still in on the blue team. And he goes through his reads, which is good. It's good to see you go through your reads, and he just dumps it off in the end. So that was another smart play to check down and dump it off instead of forcing the ball. So I'm pretty sure the coaches like that from him. Like I said, it was a smart play. The 4-minute 7-second mark, Willis does a great job of hitting the tight end, number 85, Jalen Harris, on a stick route. And he hit it with accuracy and timing here because he put it on the right shoulder of the tight end. The defender was on the left shoulder. So he put it on the right shoulder and higher so that the tight end can roll over and catch the ball and then continue running up the field. So that was a good example of him knowing how to use his touch and accuracy. So, like I said, this Malik Willis is starting to turn some heads here. 3-minute, 35-second mark. They shifted the running back from set right to set left. You know, that's on the side of the quarterback. So he was set right on the quarterback, and then he moved to the left. And that was before the snap. And then the running back continued to steadily bounce his feet. And actually, it was from set left to set right. So he was left with the quarterback, and then he moved to the right. And he continued to bounce his feet. And now I noticed from watching a lot of spread teams, a lot of teams to run this option play game. When running backs do that, when they switch sides and they kind of keep their feet moving, that usually means they're about to get the ball, or it's a play fake, or it's an RPO, something like that. And sure enough, it was an option play between the quarterback and the running back. And Willis ended up keeping it and scrambling for the ball. So that's a tendency, too, something you look out for. When you see the running back chopping his feet, kind of keeping his steady movement going, that usually means he's getting the ball or it's an option, something like that. 3-minute mark. So quick outlet to John Franklin III with the two outside receivers blocking. So, you know, they got the two outside guys blocking, and John Franklin III just kind of came underneath and tried to get him the ball. They really like doing that. I think they want to let John Franklin's speed really come to play here. Just get him the ball in some open space and let him go to work. And they really tried to do this a lot. You're going to see me say that like maybe 2 or 3 more times in maybe the fourth quarter as well. 1-minute, 10-second mark. Willis fires a nice pass to Nate Craig Myers on the left sideline against what looks like cover 2 defense again. So, you know, base defense, keeping it simple, not trying to show off anything. But number 32 absolutely smacks. He's the free safety Myers. He absolutely smacks Myers, and it caused an incompletion. Now, unlike Stidham, Willis needs to lead Myers more toward the sideline to avoid the free safety. When you throw that ball against cover 2, the free safety is above your receiver, so you want to fit it into that gap, but you don't want to lead your receiver up the field so that he can get hurt. So Willis has to learn to throw that ball with a little bit more touch and accuracy toward the sideline so his receiver can run under it and get out of bounds, or at least just stay away from the free safety so he doesn't take as big of a hit or no hit at all, depending on how fast he gets there. So that's something he has to learn with time. The 0-minute, 38-second mark. It's good running by number 32. It's another back. I don't remember his name. And then finally here in the last play of the third quarter, number 32, I finally got his name, Malik Miller. That's why I had to change the scenery. I had to stop for a second. Malik Miller followed great run blocking, and he got a touchdown with the hard running. I really like his heart and what he displayed on that play. So that was the last play of the third quarter. And then I'll see you again for the fourth. Thanks for paying attention. Let me know if you have any thoughts about the third.